Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another lesson. Today, we're going to be talking about how to develop your research paper. Now, we have our fourth major essay in this course. It's a persuasive research paper inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which we have read. And in this paper, you're going to take a stance on a relevant real world issue that the novel raises. And you're going to use both literary analysis and credible research to support your claim. Let's get started. Here's what we're going to cover step by step in this video. So you're going to select a topic, organize your ideas, develop your thesis and supports, organize your structure, begin your research, draft, and revise. Let's begin by reviewing the prompt closely. Hopefully you have it next to you. If you don't, I suggest you just open it up on the side. Now, your essay must connect Frankenstein to a current issue in society. Now, you can choose from different themes. We have some right here: groups of people, laws or rules, cultures. If we relate it back to the prompt, technology and ethics, reproductive rights, gender and power, prejudice and marginalization could be some. One of the topics that you can choose. Or you can choose your own topic. So it must be approved first if you do decide to go off that. So also you want to make sure that you revisit your earlier quote analysis assignments. So think about what themes stood out to you, what made you think. So ask yourself, how do different characters in Frankenstein illustrate your theme? How is this theme still represented in our world today, whether it's through laws, cultural norms, or systemic issues? Next, you organize your ideas. So once you have selected your theme, start by organizing your ideas. Now you can identify where your theme appears in Frankenstein. So look for moments where characters' actions, beliefs, or conflicts reflect the topic that you have chosen. So, for example, if you want to write about AI or biotechnology, analyze how Victor's desires to conquer death mirrors today's obsession with innovation. So, without considering the consequences, of course. Then you want to connect that to real life situations. So you'll ask yourself, how does this issue play out today? Is it present in medical technology, gender expectations, politics, social media? You want to be prepared to use examples from the novel alongside modern sources to create this well supported argument. Now, your thesis should clearly answer this. What stance are you taking and why does it matter? Let's say your topic is prejudice. So, a strong thesis statement might look like Shelley's portrayal of the creature reveals how those who are seen as other are dehumanized by society, a pattern that continues today in how we treat immigrants and people with disabilities. So, that's an example thesis. Now, once you've got your thesis, provide several reasons why this theme is important in today's world. Use examples from Frankenstein and your credible sources to support each reason. And don't forget, include a counter argument. Super important. It is a persuasive essay, and be ready to rebut it logically. Okay, so here we have two methods that you can use to organize your essay. So you can structure your essay in a couple of ways. So method one is your traditional standard method. So you'll start with your introduction and your thesis. You'll follow it with your supporting points, and of course, each should be a full body paragraph. You can have more than four. This is just an example. Make sure you include that counter argument and rebut it, which will then lead into your thesis. Oh, whoops, sorry. No. So your counter argument and your rebuttal, and then you'll end with your conclusion. Okay. Now, method two is where you actually begin with the counter argument and then you rebut it, and then that will lead into your thesis. Now, it will follow with your supporting paragraphs, and then again, you can have more. This is just an example. And then you'll conclude with your final thoughts. So choose a method that you feel fits your topic and your argument best. Okay. So now that you have your thesis and the supporting points, it's time to back them up with some research. So you'll need 5 credible sources, whether that's supporting and also opposing points. So 3 of them must come from the college library database, and these should be academic journal articles. You can also explore outside of the sources, but 3 of them outside of the database, but 3 of them need to be from the library database. Okay. So you want to research points that will support your argument, provide real world data or examples, and make sure you address and refute the counter argument. So make sure your sources are current, trustworthy, and clearly cited in MLA format. So you'll start drafting your essay early, hopefully, and this is going to take a lot of time because you're trying to balance the analysis of Frankenstein with with the research that you're doing on these modern issues. So you want to give yourself enough days to write in stages. So you have your introduction and thesis, your body paragraphs with both novel evidence and the research that you're doing, your counter argument and rebuttal, and lastly, your conclusion. So you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time well before the peer review date so you have a nice fleshed out essay to hand in. You don't want to wait the night before. So make sure you give yourself enough time to do the drafts. All right. So once your first draft is done, you can revise it carefully. So you'll read it twice. So the first time you're going to read it and focus on clarity. Make sure that you have clear topic sentences and transitions. Make sure that you're introducing your quotes, paraphrases, and that you have properly cited all of your text citations. Make sure that all of your ideas are easy to follow. Do you introduce and cite new ideas? And then the second time that you read it, you'll read your paper out loud, and this will help catch that really awkward phrasing that maybe we don't notice when we're writing. Some grammar mistakes that are easy to miss, especially when you're reading silently. So as much as you probably don't want to, so sorry, we have gardeners for coming in right now. As much as you don't want to read it out loud, I highly suggest you do. Okay, let's wrap this up before it gets too loud. Okay, so if you get stuck at any point, whether it's topic selection, the source finding, organizing ideas, please schedule a meeting with me or meet with a tutor. You don't have to do this alone. Don't freak out. Okay, I will chat with you all later. Bye-bye.